Hey guys, Sean C. Phillips here with my brand new video going to the 2019 Comic-Con Convention Center, giving my Comic-Con tour. Do these videos every single year. I'll have a link below though for some of the past year's convention if you guys are interested in checking any of them out. But basically what I do is go all around the convention, show everything you see. I go on the convention floor, show where everything's for sale, where all the studio booths are. Then I show, the autograph area, as well as show where the panels are held, and also show you guys some of the things you guys can do outside the convention center, because there's a number of things you can do even if you don't have an actual pass to Comic-Con. There are things that are open to the public to do. They have like a carnival, and like I think Fox has a carnival over this way, but I'll show you guys all that kind of stuff as well. So let the Comic-Con 2019 tour video begin. But now though, we're making our way through the huge crowds to get inside to the actual convention center. And then before you go in though, you have to scan your pass to go inside though. Nice. And those wondering too, to get to this area where it's actually where the convention center is, where you would enter, you actually have to have the actual pass. You know, in the years past, I think starting last year's when they did this, you actually couldn't walk up to the convention center without this. So now, if you guys are interested in coming here without a pass though, you can't actually walk up to the actual convention center itself. But like I said, there are some things you can do outside of the convention. I'm going to show those at the end of the video. Some of the things outside of the convention you guys can do without having an actual pass. But now here we are in front of the convention center. I usually go in right to the very front through, convention center entrance A, but they have entrances all the way to the end, up to where Hall H is, where the big, panels are held in Hall H. But always go into the front, and they also, the very first escalator you go to is the one that gets you upstairs to get to where the autograph hall is and all the panels are. But we're gonna head on inside now and have the badge ready, to scan in.
The big question there, honestly, is
Thank you. So we're now inside the actual convention center itself, just finished scanning in. Now from here though, you guys could go inside the actual exhibition hall, which is where they have all the things for sale, where you guys can buy the comic books, toys, all that kind of stuff. The studios have their booths in there, like ABC, Fox, Warner Brothers. The studios also have signings there as well. Some of the signings, there are also some signings upstairs as well, but also in there, the video game companies, they have things, booths set up in there as well. We're gonna head there later, but first though, I always like to head upstairs to where is the main autograph area, where they have autographs set up all the time up there, as well as where the majority of the panels are held. There are some panels though held downstairs. There's one in Hall H, which is the biggest of the panel halls you guys can go to. Also though, they have some of the panels held in some of the hotels as well. But first though, like I said, you gotta head upstairs though to the autograph area.
a reservation out.
And to get upstairs though, the set of escalators I always go up is right near letter B. So that's the one you're looking for to get upstairs. But now here we are in the escalator going up. I always get a shot in the escalator. It's like one of these things, if you guys have seen my past tours, always get these escalator, rides up. But we're heading up now to the autograph area, and I'll show you guys all the kind of stuff you guys can see up in the, who's signing up there and everything. Now up here though, make sure you have your badge out. Be prepared to be scanning this thing a lot throughout the day. There's a lot of different scan in and scan out spots you just have to go to, to get to certain spots. To get to somewhere where the panels are held, you have to scan in that way, as well as scanning in to get to this area where it's the Ballroom 6. Meeting rooms 1 through 19 is the main area you go to get to where the autographs are held, which are right in there to the left. Got it ready now, scanning back in. But just got scanned in, now going to head into the autograph area, which will also take you to Ballroom 20, as well as rooms 21 through 33. But here we are inside the autograph area. We're going to head around and see some of the people who are signing in here today. Now, the way this works, though, is there's certain people who are here like all throughout the convention. They have certain hours that they're here, and there's also some autograph signings that are basically, they're only like, you know, a one-day only thing, and they're for periods of like 2 to 3 hours and things like that. And some of those ones you have to have passes for ahead of time to get in, or they have a line gets cut off really early, or you have to get the pass down at one of the studio booths and that kind of stuff. But the people who are here every single day, though, you don't have to have a pass or anything like that. You just walk up to them and and get the autograph that way. So we'll take a look over here at the autograph area and see some of the people who are signing. Now, all these people, though, are here for a certain period of time each day. Like, they have a sign out front that says how long they'll be signing for, like Saturday 10 to 2:30. So, and they're all posted out front. Like, for example, Brian O'Halloran is there, right, signing right now for you know, clerks and mall rats and all that kind of stuff, and it says how long that they're there, and that's how it says in front of everyone's booth, is exactly how long they're there. And some of them have their prices posted here as well. Now, these people, though, change out. Some people are here, you know, today only. Some people are here, you know, every other day. It all kind of depends. But there's also signings over this area. For example, like I can see DuckTales is signing over there. A lot of times those ones, you guys have to have an actual ticket to get to those ones, but we'll take a look over there as well. But all these people, they have all their times out, and after one person leaves, then someone else may move in and then take over their spot next. Like we see someone here from Comic Book Men signing. Now over this way is where they have like the group signings. Now these ones, though, they have a schedule posted as well, who is here, like a Cartoon Network First Look says who's here. Now with these ones, though, quite often you guys actually have to have an actual ticket to get into these ones, and you would get them at the actual the booth where they're promoting the signing. And I was saying too, some of the signings are actually downstairs at the actual studios booths, but a lot of the times as bigger groups, they have them up here. For example, right now, DuckTales is signing here, and then it has like the people over there. And for this one, though, you usually would have to have an actual ticket to get into this one. Yeah, see, limited signing, drawing for ticket line to be held Friday at 9 a.m. in the autograph area. So that's how a lot of these ones are done. But here was a little look, though, at upstairs, showing you guys where some of the signings are. And as I was saying, there's a number of signings downstairs as well in front of the studios booths, like Fox has some, Warner Brothers. We'll show some of that when we get downstairs. But now next, though, we're going to head going towards Ballroom 20 and rooms 21 through 33, and I'll show you guys some of where the panels are held. Now these panels, though, keep in mind you have to get in line really early for a lot of them, and Ballroom 20 is one of the bigger areas where the panels are held. But the biggest, though, is Hall H, and then some of the smaller panels are the other way. We'll go to them next. But like I said, heading over towards Ballroom 20 now. And right over there are the doors that we came out of, leaving the autograph hall, and right there is where Ballroom 20 was. And this is how you go to get to the line for Ballroom 20, as well as rooms 28 through 33. They're all down this way, but as you can see, it's very, very congested out, down here, very busy. And there's I don't know what they're all waiting in line for to get into now. And a lot of times the lines spread outside as well, so keep in mind, sometimes if they're really popular events, they wrap around all outside. So it doesn't seem like they're all outside at the moment, as far as I can tell, but we'll see if we can see what's going on in there right now. Well, right now in there's Entertainment Weekly, The Brave Warriors, and there's a panel there for boys. Then Carnival Row, the show with Cara Delevingne, that's there at 4:45. As you can see, everyone's heading in there now to the Entertainment Weekly panel. And the way a lot of these ballrooms work is a lot of times, people end up going in there. For example, if they want to go to see the Carnival Row panel, they go to like the thing that's before that to get in there earlier. And that's one thing I would recommend to do if there's something you really want to get into the room earlier so you guys can be in there. And then sometimes that's like the best way to do it. But as you can see, there is an enormous line getting in there now. And I think the big line is probably preparing for the Carnival Row panel, because Orlando Bloom is going to be in there as well for that. And down this hallway as well is smaller rooms as well, like for example, like International Associate of Media, Tie-In Writers, Boom Studios. So there's smaller rooms down this way as well where they have panels like room 32, 31. So all these things are down this way as well. And in your guidebook, it will, if you're looking for specific panels, it will tell you exactly, which room to go to. But yeah, the line is still going to get into Ballroom 20. Like I said, that is a very big ballroom, but not as big though as Hall H, which is downstairs. But we're walking all through this now to wrap around to get out, to go back through the autograph area to show you guys where the other panels are held that are upstairs. Now keep in mind that when you go down a lot of these hallways to, where the panels are held, you have to go walk all the way around. So just keep that in mind if you don't want to do as much walking, that you have to kind of loop all the way around. You can't go back the way you came though, because they have that blocked off. You can only continue going on the same direction. But when you go to the ballroom area, though, you can get downstairs. There are escalators and there are steps and elevators downstairs. But if you're trying to go, around from the one area, get back to where you were to go back to the autograph area, you have to loop around the entire thing to do that, though. But now back to these doors here, and we're going to continue on and go through where ballroom 6 is, as well as room 1 through 19. So now we made our way out of the autograph area, and we're going to check out where the other panels are held. Now right here though, you see is where ballroom 6 is, the exit to ballroom 6, and there's also a schedule right on the wall there, which tells you, some of what's going on in the panel rooms, as well as some of the signings and all that kind of stuff. But we're going to head right through the entrance right here and check out the other areas where the panels are held. So we're just walking down this hallway, and down in every one of these rooms there's different kind of panels being held, and some of these ones are not as busy. So a lot of these ones, luckily enough, you're able to just walk right into, but they are some of the bigger ones though, but the bigger ones are not as difficult to get into as, like, for example, Ballroom 20, which we just showed that line, which was insane. For example, in this room right here at 5:45 is the first look at Shudder's Creepshow, which is pretty cool. So that's at 5:45 today.
But we wanted everything to have some sort of logic for you to figure out, right? That's I think a cool part of the game too is, not only are you mastering skills throughout core game mechanics like it's a professional tree.
But that was a little look inside it, what one of the panel rooms looks like. I might come back though for that Creepshow one. I definitely am interested in that. I always love anthologies, love the Creepshow films. Don't have Shudder though, so might have to get Shudder, mainly for that and to finally watch Joe Bob Briggs, who's back on there. So now we did a full loop around the area upstairs where the panels are held, but now we're going to head downstairs and go outside, and I'll show you guys where the biggest panel is held, which is Hall H. Which that one usually, that's the one where people camp out the night before quite often for the panels for that one. So we've now made our way outside. We're going to walk all the way. When we came down those steps there, we came out right by the letter C. So we're going to head all the way down to the very end to get to Hall H and just to see how busy it's looking right now. And like I said, with Hall H, that's where they have the actual biggest of the panels held. So that one is always the very, very busiest. That's the one where, too, usually Kevin Smith is always in there, and they have a lot of the biggest movies held in that one as well. But we'll see how long it's looking now line-wise.
Like I met him.
But we're slowly but surely making our way through the crowds to Hall H. So we've now made it to Hall H. Here's Hall H at the very end of the convention center. As you can see, there's a whole lot of tents out there, people waiting outside, and quite often this is where I said they have the biggest of all the events. So a lot of times people are camping out, the night before for certain things. But like I said, as you can see, there's a whole lot of people waiting in these tents here. These are all people waiting, and a lot of people are sitting down, like camping out. I think these are probably people camping out for like events that are tomorrow in here. Because on Saturday they have some of the biggest, panels in Hall H. But yeah, as you can see, a whole lot of people out here. Also, in the Hilton, they have some panels held in there as well. So now we finished checking out all the different areas where you guys can see the panels. Now let's take a little look at where you guys can find food there are a number of different food spots you can find throughout the convention. I'll take you guys to some of them and show you some of the things that they have. Here at one of the food areas, some of the stuff they have here is like a breakfast burrito. They have salads and sandwiches, pizza, hot dogs, Frito pie, chips, candy, all that kind of stuff here. And this is held right outside of Ballroom 20. Outside of Ballroom 20 as well, they also have an Italian ice booth here. Things here are $6 and it's all like Rita's different flavors of their Italian ice. You also find a whole lot of Aunt Nanny's pretzel booth. There's quite a few of these throughout the convention center. You see a lot of these ones here. It's a real safe, quick bet, but pretty much everything though has a line. It's not pretty much impossible to find any booth where there's really nobody in line for it. One of the other food things you can find is upstairs in the autograph area, was where they have a craft beer battered fish tacos up here, but this one always has a big line as well. And with the food, if you're looking for tables, one of the big spots to eat is up in the autograph area. They have a number of different tables up here to eat. This is one of the bigger spots you can find. There's also a number of different areas to sit as well downstairs of the convention hall, but it's usually pretty busy, but it's pretty busy up here as well though. Mostly, pretty much every single spot is full though. Also, when it comes to food-wise, another area of food, there's a number of different spots up here, which is more pretzels and cookies and that kind of stuff, as well as an area that has breakfast burritos and pizza. And this is right outside of Ballroom 6, which is directly outside of the autograph hall. Now another food area is right outside of meeting rooms 16 to 19. These are down the stairs from the autograph area. There's an escalator and stairs right here. The autograph area was up there and then straight back, right, or like directly that way is where the autograph area is. And out here though, they actually have one of these sandwich vending machines, so if you need something really quick, they have like macaroni salad and stuff in here and sandwiches and that kind of thing. I think this is a newer thing. I don't remember seeing this here, but they also have over here some pizza, and as you can see, it's a very, very short line. There's hardly anybody here. This is slightly a secret area. There's pizzas here and chips and that kind of stuff. Over there they had some more pretzels as well. Also, this is the area too where you can get the really good view looking down at the whole floor. This is like the best view of seeing how busy, and you can see, like, look at how busy the floor is here. But this is a pretty good sort of secret area to go to though. But to give you a better idea of how to get down there, since that's a secret area, and a pretty good secret area if you want to get food without a big line, right over here, like I was saying, is where the autograph area was, and then right this way is where it's Ballroom 6A to 6D, Ballrooms 6F to 6E is this direction. Now you turn around this way, and you go to where the sign says Meeting Rooms 12 through 19, Terrace and Bayside Access. And this is the thing you go through to get to where the escalators are downstairs. I think there's steps here. There's steps here as well. But this is the area you go down to get down to the secret food area I was just showing. And yeah, I like to be, as detailed as I can to show you guys all the different spots and exactly where they are. And this one too, I really would recommend it if you guys are trying to get food, because there are some stand-up tables in here. It's a much more sort of chilled out, kind of like I said, sort of a secret area, which I'd recommend. And the fact that they have that vending sandwich machine and stuff so that you can get things really quick without waiting in those enormous lines, definitely would recommend. Also here as well, food-wise, you'll find a number of different Starbucks locations here as well. Downstairs though, they have a much bigger Starbucks. It's just like a one that has the full menu and everything. Some of the ones that you see upstairs just have a limited menu, but the one down here has like the full menu, but as you can see, very, very, very big lines for it. And in the actual exhibition hall, the convention floor, there are a number of different food areas as well. They have sandwiches in here, as well as salads, and they also do have some tables outside of them over here, but usually they're very, very busy and hard to get a spot. Now, one important thing too, a lot of people are wondering is, like, what if my phone dies in here and I need to charge the phone? Well, there are some locations that actually have some charging stations at them, which are free. You guys can stand in front of them and charge your phone. They also have, throughout the convention, in certain spots, they have fuel rod stations where there are things that you can buy, and then, you can trade them out. And they would basically, you can take them with you and you can charge your phone on the go. But if you do the ones at the, the charging stations, you have to stand there the whole time, or have someone stay with your phone and watch it. But now let's head to the actual exhibition hall, the actual floor itself, and see all the kind of stuff we can see the booths, the toys for sale, all that kind of stuff. So inside the convention hall we go. But here we are now on the convention center floor, and I'm going to show you guys all the different stuff you see down here. I think I'll start with the studio booths, which is near going towards Hall H area is where the studio booths begin. But we're making our way down to the end, right to where the studio booths begin. The studio booths begin right near the Funko booth, which is also, if you guys head outside there, that would go directly outside to get you to where Hall H and the Hall H line begins. We've made our way to the Warner Brothers booth, and they're getting ready to have a signing for Game of Thrones right here. I'm not sure exactly when it starts. I think people are starting to come in now for it. Well, we're trying to squinch through over here. It's real squeezy, as you can see. It's if you're trying to see these things, there's a lot of, a lot of squinching and a lot of squeezing through. Yes.
Take a picture, you got it, let's go!
Yeah, there was one lady one year that was really good at making
Let's go!
She sounded like your mom just yelling at you.
Let's go! You guys, let's go! Move it! Move it!
Oh, squinchy.
Let's go! You got your picture! And you are done! Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
Yeah, this is absolutely insane. You're like trapped in here. You can't get out of here, and no one's moved or anything. It is like nuts. And they were yelling back there something, shame something. I don't know what that means.
Okay, the cops are telling you that.
Ladies and gentlemen.
She's right in front of us.
She's right in front of you now.
You guys keep on moving.
So words to advice, if you want to see those signing things, don't walk by that, especially Game of Thrones. They say it's the last time they're going to be doing these group signings, so that's why it's so nuts over there. But I was trapped in there for a while, and you were getting a little bit of the squeeze, some serious squeeze in there. Yes. So keep that in mind if you want to see some of these big signings. That will happen, and I've never seen it get trapped up that bad though. This is like, I've never seen that, and people were just not listening. They were saying move, move. No one was moving. They just like made like a human wall, and was like, that was nuts. Ooh. But like I was saying though, where the Warner Bros booth is, where all the crazy stuff was going on for Game of Thrones, right over this way, on the very back wall, is where the Funko booth is, and that's always one of the most popular ones. And you can see that there's still some stuff left, but they're definitely getting lower. And they have some stuff that say like damaged. So I guess they have some like damaged ones that are over there that like certain things are messed up on them that they're selling on the tops or something like that. But yeah, you can see there's still a decent amount of these ones left. And like there's like these like Conan cereal things over there, and a bunch of different ones. Right now, though, there's a signing going on for the Fox show, What Just Happened with Fred Savage. So Fred Savage is here signing posters for the show. That's a fun show. It's kind of like a parody of like a after the show kind of show, like about this fake show. And all he does is kind of talk about it and interview the cast and crew of it. There's little skits and that kind of stuff on it. But yeah, that's what's going on right now at the Fox booth, is signing for the show, What Just Happened with Fred Savage. There's another signing over here for Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. going on right here. The cast is signing for the show.
For over a decade.
So that was a little look at some of the signing events that are going on. I showed you, the one What Just Happened with Fred Savage, and then the madness over there at the Game of Thrones signing. Now let's walk around though and see some of the toys that are for sale, like the toy companies like Mezco, Neca, Mattel, that kind of stuff.
No, but I'm like, that's why he was better in like.
Well, here we are at the Mezco booth. Let's take a look at some of their upcoming toys they're advertising here. And here's some of the upcoming Living Dead dolls that are coming out. Like they have one for The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina the Teenage Witch. This is a Jack Torrance one. That's pretty cool for The Shining. The twins from The Shining here. A Catwoman one. Two different looks for Catwoman here. Let's see, and these are actually really cool. Jason, Voorhees and Michael Myers one. Pennywise. This one, this is the Owlman. I can't remember what that's from. I feel like it looks like that character from Stage Fright, but I doubt that would be what it was. And then Annabelle here, and these cool things here, which are like, the Jack-in-the-Boxes of the characters. Let's see some other ones in here. They have like mini like Beetlejuice down there. These are the ones for the brand new Addams Family animated film, which looks like an interesting movie. And they come out spring 2020. Looking here at some of the other ones. Some more Pennywise ones down there. And then Tiffany and Chucky here. Those are really cool ones. And then Chucky with like the burned face, you can switch them out in here as well. There's this really cool one of Batman, Adam West Batman. Another Freddy Krueger here. Jigsaw. Another one for Pennywise. And these are really cool. And this one is the Curse of La Llorona. This one down here comes out in the fall. The Nun one is really cool as well. Same with one here of Annabelle. These are called the Roto plush dolls. As well as another one here for Pennywise. And these ones are really cool of Popeye and Bluto right here. And this Jason Voorhees from Part 3 here. Freddy Krueger. The backgrounds though, they don't sell the backgrounds, it's just the toys themselves. They have one here of John Wick, one here of Hellboy, one here of Conan, as well as the Warriors here. Let's see on the other side as well. They also have some things for sale, but I saw a lot of them were sold out. They have one of like Magneto here. See, these ones are all the superhero ones, like some of the X-Men. They have a Captain Marvel down here. In here, though, are some of the ones that they're selling. The Commissioner Gordon, but that one's sold out. A number of them are already sold out. Over here at the Icon Heroes booth, some of the ones that they're selling now, I believe they're all available now, are these Golden Girl ones. These Golden Girls head bobber ones here. Some Harry Potter ones. And these ones here for Cobra Kai, the Karate Kid ones. Sabrina. And if you want to see how much like product they have, like here's a peek back in the area at the Hasbro booth. You can see how many boxes of stuff they are. It's like a whole warehouse inside of here. All these things for sale. So yeah, they definitely have got a lot of stuff in there. We'll head over now though to look at the Neca booth and see some of their stuff they're selling today, and then some of the upcoming products as well that they have. And over here though at the Neca booth, so far the one thing that's sold out was the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the Capture of Shredder figure set here. That's the one that sold out. That one over here, I don't think it's actually even in here anymore. I think they took it out. But the one there is really cool of Eddie Furlong, John Connor from Terminator 2. But let's take a look on the other side and see some of their upcoming stuff they have. They always have some really cool upcoming horror releases. They have a Pennywise one right here as well. This is a pretty cool one of Pinhead. Really, really great detail on Pinhead for Hellraiser. Halloween 2. These ones down here are pretty cool of the Gremlins. These are coming out. These are going to be like Target exclusives coming out this fall. And they're making Mad Balls of like horror Mad Balls. They're making one of Chucky, one of Pennywise, one of Pinhead. Those are cool. And they're also making toys for They Live. It's a really great John Carpenter movie if you guys have never seen that. But these are some really cool ones they're doing. Especially they're doing, Tony Todd, Candyman. That's a very cool one. And there's a really, really great detail one of Pennywise here from the original 1990 film. But down here though you can see some of the ones for They Live, and a Nightbreed figure as well. And they have some in here for the brand new Terminator film here for Terminator Dark Fate. These ones come out in October. They have one too for Pan's Labyrinth. And this one is cool, Sloth and Chunk from the Goonies. This Bob Ross one here is really cool. And the one here from Megadeth. I believe that's what the character is from Megadeth. They have some Coraline ones. Ace Ventura down there. I think that one might be available. I'm not sure though. And there's a bunch of upcoming Godzilla ones, and really great detail too on the boxes for these. In here too is some of the upcoming Alien figures, and here's some of the Ninja Turtle stuff. There's really cool, you know, like Secret of the Ooze Ninja Turtles down here. Like the detail on these are really, really great. Up here though, these are Target exclusive ones. And these have a cool look to them as well. They're real, like, it's hard to explain the look of these, but they're really, really interesting, you know, stylized for these ones. Yeah, they definitely have a cool, like, modern feel, and that yet the same kind of a throwback as well to these. And these ones are Target exclusives as well. So now we're over here though at the Mattel store. We'll see some of the stuff that they have over there. But in here, some of the stuff they have for sale, these really cool Batmans, which is like they done like the comic book style, the giant 80-page Batman. They have a She-Ra doll over there, and these ones are cool. Of, you know, John Hammond from Jurassic Park, and a really cool set for that. This one's already sold out. This is one of my favorite things in here. Macho Man Randy Savage, you know, promoting Slim Jim with his Slim Jim commercial look. That one though I thought was really, really cool, but as I said, that one has already sold out. A number of these ones are already sold out. Like the Batman car there, the He-Man, Master of the Universe figures, those ones that sold back out, they say come back tomorrow. Like I said, the Slim Jim one, that one's gone. As well as the Jurassic Park one, that one sold out as well. So yeah, a lot of these ones are already gone for today. And this may sound crazy, but last year at this exact spot, Silent Bob was standing there. And now Silent Bob is here a whole year later, standing in the exact same spot. I think this Silent Bob always is just here in this exact spot waiting. I guess he's just waiting for Jay to show up. That's all I can guess. He's like, where's Jay? Whenever Jay gets here, I'm finally gonna leave. But he was here last year in this spot, and he's here again in this spot. Well, we're now over at the Sideshow booth, and there's some really great stuff in here. These things are really pricey and super detailed. We got one for Hellboy over here, one of you know, for Alita Battle Angel, and there's John Wick over there, but there's tons and tons of ones over here. There are Star Wars ones and superhero ones. Like we have like one here of Heath Ledger as the Joker, and these are like, you know, full scale, you know, quarter scale replicas, and they're not cheap though. This one here is like $500. So these are all pretty pricey. But if you guys are, you know, have a certain character you really like and are trying to get ones that are like really amazing detail, their stuff is some of the most detailed stuff you'll find. Like here's one here of, you know, Wicket from, you know, Star Wars, and I always think of him from the character from Ewoks, which I love that movie. Like those Ewok films, like I grew up watching those and absolutely loved them. I know like some people really, really dislike them, but I always found those to be such fun movies. But like I said, over here is a bunch of the superhero character ones here, like Iron Man is right here. Let's see some of the here, and here is all of the Avengers, like Drax here from Avengers Infinity War. Let's see, not all of them have the prices though. Some of them are to be, you know, determined, the prices on them. Here's some more over here of the Avengers, Captain America one there. Yeah, but just trying to give you guys a little look at some of the kind of stuff that you see in here. Of course, so there's a whole lot of other stuff to see, but just trying to give you like a, you know, a little overview of all this stuff. And here, though, there's a whole bunch of different versions of Spider-Man here, and then some Deadpool. Oh no, these ones are all, this one kind of look like Deadpool, but they're all Spider-Man ones. Different, you know, costumes and looks and stuff on these ones. Let's see if any of these have, like this one here is $251 for that one. And you come across too a whole lot of different photo ops everywhere. So there's like a bunch of superhero, Aquaman, you know, Superman and Aquaman photos people taking. But yeah, there's a whole bunch more in here. There's a cool, like a whole bunch of different Predator heads down this way. There's like an alien and a huge Predator bust. These things are really, like I said, if you look at the detail on these things, this one here is $1,300, just about $1,300, but there really are, if you want a great like collectible piece of a certain character, like I said, you like, they definitely do an amazing job. I see over here, these ones are really cool. These Bill and Ted ones. I don't know if they come with this TV or not. Yeah, see, these ones are amazing. These ones, I don't know, they don't have a price on them, but Bill and Ted, and these are really great. But like this TV thing is cool. Like I guess it's gonna come with that little TV and camera, and you can actually see, see video on it. That's one of the coolest ones I've seen. I'm sure that's gonna be really, really expensive, but really cool. Over here too, I see Gabriel Iglesias is signing over here. I can't tell. I think he's signing like a toy of himself. They're like a bobblehead kind of toy, I think. Yeah, he's doing a signing of a figure of him. That's very cool. But that's a little look at some of the toys that are available here and some of the booths of toys and all that kind of stuff. Like I said, there's so much more here to see, so many different areas to look, but I tried to give you guys like a general overview of some of the kind of toys you will come across and how they have all these different exclusives and prototypes of, upcoming ones, all that kind of stuff. But now we'll probably start heading to where the comic book areas are. There are a bunch of where the comic books are for sale, where a lot of the retro toys are, and then make our way to the very end where they have the whole area of different new and upcoming video games.
All right, I'm going to stop right here and take a picture because he asked me to, but I just moved from that location. I wasn't even ready. He's just snagging photos. I'm trying to keep him moving. I'm trying to be 100. I also lost my brother. He was browsing something. The man over there.
Now, starting around 2300 is where you start to come across where the graphic novels are for sale. There's a number of different people selling, companies selling graphic novels, and then it starts to get into more comic books a little further down, around I think 5500 is around when you start to get to the comic book stuff more for sale. But around this area is much more of the graphic novels and that kind of stuff. Here's one in the area where they have some of the retro comics, that they have some classic, Disney books in here, Disney comic books in here. And then like some of the more expensive ones are up on the wall here. These are the ones that have been graded and stuff. So there's some that are like $750 and like 650 bucks, 65 bucks, like all kind of different ones, but like the better ones are usually in the back, the more rare ones. That's the one thing though, some people think, when you mention Comic-Con, a lot of times people think, oh, if they've never been before, they think, oh, is it all comic books and all that kind of stuff? Is that pretty much what it is? And when it first started years back in the very beginning, it was pretty much mainly comic books, but now it's become much more of a pop culture convention and everything movie related, all that kind of stuff. But like I said, we are now in the area where there are comics, so there still are comic books at Comic-Con, but like I said, it's become more of a convention where comic books are here. There's a lot of them, but it's all pop culture kind of stuff and video games and movies and all that kind of stuff. And one area as well to mention is the small press area. Now this is the area where there's like graphic novels and like independent novels and all that kind of stuff, independent comic books, and you guys can actually meet the actual authors and artists of the comics and the writers of the books and all that kind of stuff. So a really great area, if there's anyone specific you guys want to meet, a great area to check out. But there's definitely not a shortage of Funko Pop here. There's so many booths everywhere, Funko Pop, and a lot of times the exclusive ones that, may have sold out in the Funko booth all the way on the other end, sometimes you can find them for sale at these actual booths. Some of them people, bought them. They are, though, quite often, though, like double and triple the price. But if you are desperate to get them in person, every so often you will find them, though, at some of the booths. Some of my favorite stuff to see here are the retro toy booths. There's a lot of them here and some really cool classic toys. So let's check out some of the retro toy booths that we come across. Over here at this booth, they've got this great Harry from Harry and the Hendersons talking doll. And this one, which is so cool to see, the Ghostbusters Fire Station headquarters here. This one I had as a kid. I actually had like a number of them because I always ended up messing them up. And I was never allowed to play with the slime in these. This one here is $500 in the box, and it has the original price on there when this was like on sale back for only $19.99 for this. This really cool Batmobile, which I had as a kid as well. This Joker cycle here. And I always liked this look of Batman. I remember these really well as a kid when they had this design on the front. But a lot of different stuff in here. They also have, retro, classic, original posters in here as well. And this is another one of the really great booths. It's one called Hero West Toys. This guy on here who owns this booth was from the show Toy Hunters. He's one of the guys who was on there. And they have a bunch of really cool stuff in here. And all these they sold the one, but they have My Pet Monster up there in the box up there, which you never see. That's the one like the football My Pet Monster. But they have down here like Beetlejuice and all these different ones in here. All these plush stuffed animals. with some really, really cool stuff at this booth. But now let's take a look at the very end, at the very end of the convention near entrance A, and see some of the video game booths that are set up out here and what kind of stuff is being promoted this year. But in this area over here, they have like demos and stuff like that of new and upcoming games. Also, they have some things for sale, like PlayStation has some things for sale over here, like little mini pins and all that kind of stuff. This is a smaller section. Last year they had like a Resident Evil walkthrough thing here. I see something here for Resident Evil 6, but I can't tell if there's doesn't look like there's a walkthrough this year for it. Last year they had like a big like haunted house that you guys could go through. In here though, they also have another like smaller Funko Pop booth down here, which is a new thing. I don't think this was here last year. There's another, yeah, down this way is another, there's not as much stuff here, but another little Funko booth, like a smaller one than the other one. Now before we head outside to see the kind of things you can do outside of the convention, let's look around, because I haven't done that yet, looking for any of the photo ops where they have like standees and all that kind of stuff where you guys can get, take your picture in front of them. Well, here's one of the photo ops they have here. They have a green screen here and they will add you in front of the house from it. So here's a little look at how they do. They green screen you into the house behind you. So this is an example of one of the photo op things they've got.
Just like little fan things are so cool.
And here's a photo op of getting a picture in the throne from Game of Thrones. There's a photo op over here at the Power Rangers booth where you can get yourself, like you're in the class photo, like the yearbook photo. You put your face in here and you can be the Power Ranger. So that's a cool photo op over here. And here's a Toy Story 4 photo op where you can get a picture of yourself, standing next to a giant-sized Forky. And a photo op over here in front of the Krusty Krabs, and you can hear it with Mr. Krabs right in front of the restaurant. This is a really cool one here as well. But that was a look at some of the photo ops that I came across. Now though, we're going to head outside, head to past where Hall H is, and go and look at some of the stuff that's going on outside the convention. And a lot of this stuff too, you guys can go to it without actually having a pass. So now we're outside of Hall H, and we're going to look at all the free stuff we can see outside. Now we're going to head down this direction and go across this bridge here, because over there across this bridge is usually a whole bunch of different free stuff you can do without a badge. And there's also a bunch of different like standees and stuff to see all along the train tracks here. So we'll look at some of that kind of stuff as well. And this area down here is called the Interactive Zone and Petco Park. And outside here too, there's a bunch of people selling food, and like if you guys want to get bottled water cheaper, it's only like $1 out here. But in here though is a whole bunch of different like interactive things, like virtual reality type things. Like in here they have like Step Into the Twilight Zone, which is some kind of like a virtual reality experience promoting the new Twilight Zone show that Jordan Peele hosts. They have like a thing over there for Shark Week, which you guys can like go inside of, I think I've seen that here in the past, some kind of gigantic shark. I'm not sure what they're doing with that one. See any of the other kind of, things in here. Like I said, it's a lot of different virtual reality type things. There's also these wacky kind of like cars around here that look like shoes, like, a shoe car here, and this like motorcycle made out of bones. But in here though, there's also a whole bunch of different food trucks. There's a bunch of different food trucks here. So if you guys are looking for other things to eat other than what I showed you guys inside the convention center, you guys head out here. There's a bunch of different stuff, and there's also a bunch of different tables and things like that to sit out here. So definitely not a bad spot if you guys want to get some other kind of different kind of foods. There's also all kind of restaurants and stuff in the gas lamp, but this is much closer to the actual convention center. And like I said, this whole area, anyone can come here. You don't actually have to have a pass to get out here. So now let's head out of here and look for any of the other kind of cool stuff you can check out outside the convention center as well. So now we're walking along the train tracks, right, parallel with the train tracks, and I'll show you guys all the other stuff that we come across along the way. And over in this area, though, some of the things you come across is they have a Shazam, a carnival scene set up, like the scene in the movie, where it's like a Christmas carnival where they have like some games you guys can play there and all that kind of stuff. They also have a Detective Pikachu like walkthrough thing, so I think it ends with you like meeting Pikachu at the end. So a lot of these kind of cool things to walk through, and these ones are also all open for people, even if you guys don't have a pass as well. And out here down this way is the entrance to the gas lamp quarter, and this is the area where if you guys are looking for restaurants, there's lots and lots of different restaurants to eat at. It gets very, very busy, so you want to go at kind of off times. If you go like right when the convention ends at 7, that's when lots of people are going to be heading there to eat. So you kind of want to go at off and like kind of odder times if you guys want to get in there quicker. But that's like restaurant-wise, if you're looking for that kind of stuff, lots and lots of stuff down this direction. Out here, another one of the walkthroughs they have here is one set up for Fear the Walking Dead. And this one in here is where you can see the zombies. Like last year they had like a lot of the setups of the zombies inside, but this year it seems to be all outside. So you guys walk through here, you can get photos and videos and stuff with these zombies here in the scenes. You can see a bunch of zombies over there and like the airplane. They even have Ed from Good Burger out here.
I learned that phrase today.
So beautiful.
But you're beautiful. No, you're beautiful first.
So anyway though, guys, that was all for my San Diego Comic-Con 2019 convention tour video. Tried to show you all the kind of stuff you see in the convention, the exhibit floor, the autograph area where the panels are held, the stuff to do outside the convention, of course the things that are for sale inside, all that kind of stuff. If you guys are new to my channel, the main stuff I do on here is like DVD, Blu-ray reviews, movie-related kind of content. Every single Tuesday I go out and show all the new releases that came out on DVD and Blu-ray. I go to Best Buy, Target, Walmart. Also do go to thrift stores, look for out-of-print kind of stuff. Also do movie reviews, standalone movie reviews, parodies, all that kind of stuff. So if you guys are new here, definitely consider subscribing to my channel. Always putting out new stuff. Also do convention videos as well. But anyway though, guys, like I always say, if you guys enjoy my videos, definitely give this video a thumbs up. And thanks again for watching and subscribing. Bye.